you go to a shower, and I think this happened, I think on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or if you're using a karai, please be inclusive.
Yeah,
not everyone is
it's a shower.
There's showering and there's kuoga. So I was like, you people can't see my wife? I see my wife.
Two rules.
I'm seeing my wife doing dishes at home. That was how I see my wife.
I'm talking French. I'm talking German.
Bonjour.
Ça va? That's it.
Guten Morgen.
I don't know that part.
Just say Guten Morgen.
That's German.
Okay.
German.
I rest my case. I disagree with the notion that Ati, the grass is greener where you water it. It could be true in some contexts, but if you really think about it, sometimes you can water that grass. Nayo grass imeamua mimi ni fig tree. Ama I will not accept this water.
Maybe you're giving it too much water.
At mimi ni fig tree.
Hey,
I'm not going anywhere. Ama mimi ni cactus.
Unaniwa na maji.
Mimi nataka desert bwana. DISDAT. Hello, and we are excited that we are back on the set. This is the DISDAT podcast. You oftenly know me as Ghost, but today I have decided to be on set.
Oh, you have revealed your identity.
Yeah, finally I have revealed my identity because I am a scared lot. People are stealing people's identities out here. So I was like, sometime I might even find myself that I committed a case or a crime that I am not aware of. Because somebody took my voice. They were like, now that sounds like a villain voice. We need to find a face for that voice. So
is your identity worth stealing?
Whoa. We're just getting started.
Okay.
We're just getting started. But that also sort of takes me on a wild goose chase. Yeah, whose identity is worth stealing?
That's the
Shalina will also flip the question back to you.
Yeah.
Is your identity worth stealing?
Absolutely. I mean, have you seen me? Have you seen my identity? Have you met me?
Yeah,
it's worth stealing.
Tobias?
Not yet.
Not yet.
You don't believe in yourself?
I do, but I'm not yet there. I know where I am.
Okay.
Kujijua.
Kama unajijua, you have to force some things. Yeah.
You have to force some things.
Yeah.
Until you realize they're not meant for you and you have to let go.
Well, you have to pretend.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
Wow. But here on the DISDAT podcast, we don't fake it. We bring you the real conversations.
As it is.
Because it's about to get DISDATy. All right? Shalene, you did not see that coming.
I did not. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, when you get somebody cool to introduce the show, that's what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you did.
Yeah.
I see what you did.
How is your week's been? We start with you, Tobias, our guest today.
My week has been amazing so far, up to now.
Yeah.
Expecting it to be better.
Yeah. Because we are recording this on a Wednesday, so the week is still young.
So the week is still young.
Yeah.
Expecting it to end on a high note. But other than that,
kila kitu iko sambamba. What is making you nervous this particular day when we were recording this?
The topic actually.
Yeah.
Watu kuibiana identities and all that stuff. Nikifika penye nataka kufika then I'll really be worried. I'm already worried.
Yeah.
Because it's scary.
Yeah.
And it's also, there are perks to it, and then there are also the very scary things about it.
Yeah.
Which I believe will go into that.
Yeah.
Moving on, but we'll see. We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah.
I have a follow-up question. I normally have this.
And before we go, I don't know if the director is getting Tobias's mic properly, because I feel it's a little bit far off. Don't want to get the sound.
Sawa.
Yeah.
I think that's better.
Okay. Shalene, your follow-up question.
Yeah, follow-up.
Shalene,
Yeah, okay.
Don't
she's with somebody
like you did that. Please.
I'm not
Don't
that,
do me
I'm
like
not
you
that
did that.
dangerous, I promise.
Yeah.
It's a very light question. I normally do this thing offset with some people. Like when you're asked how you are, aside from saying good or you're fine, use another 2 words. You don't have to say bad, but just another word.
Shalene. Someone should have prepared me. Other than that, other than good and fine. good and fine about amused. But I'll think of that and
And
I'll
then you
tell
answer
you.
it before
I'll
we
give
They
you an
try
answer before we done.
to test Mandem's vocabulary.
No. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
know
want to
you.
know how he
I
is.
know you're dark.
No.
You're dark.
I just want to know how he is.
Yeah.
Because everyone says I'm
Besides
fine.
good and fine.
Yeah.
Okay. How have you been yourself?
I am. Do I
Besides
answer my
good and
question?
fine.
Okay, cool. I'll take it. Let me answer it this way. So between last week and this week, I've been seeing it online that there's a wave of fatigue. I don't know whether you guys have been feeling it.
I saw a video on TikTok.
Yeah.
And this lady was wondering. Actually, you know, everything that happens in Kenya, we find a way to blame it to the government. Yeah.
True. Who else will we blame?
Yeah. So this woman was like, ni government ya Sakaja ya Nairobi imeamua tu tuchoke sisi sote. Yeah, she went even to the extent of ama ni Benhin aliacha hii kitu hapa. Yeah, so it was rather interesting.
Yeah. It's very interesting because it's something that's out there and it's something that you're also experiencing. So you're like, but sometimes we blame how you're feeling and we just go with the bandwagon. So I decided to fix my sleep schedule and I'm almost okay. So it's not a world problem, it's a you problem. But it's very interesting how all of us can actually experience the same thing.
That tells you how the world and the universe is interconnected. And I think this is something that we've really failed to understand, that to some degree we are connected.
Yeah.
I know you are into dark humor and there's some...
You guys have to stop exposing me out there.
Okay.
This is a safe space, Alex.
Here it is.
Yeah, make it
This
safe.
place is safe.
Yeah.
On
And
the other
actually,
side,
this is not even going to be broadcasted.
That's what I'm saying here.
okay.
You know George Kalin, yeah? He has this weird things that he says about religion. And one of the skits that he did, he was like, okay, the Bible says that then Adam and Eve had 2 children, Abel and Cain, but where they go ahead and use like the B word. Where did the B people come from where they had children with? So that's how basically how the world is complicated,
right?
And also that shows the interconnectedness, because if they cannot tell us where the women came from that they had children with, so we can as well be brothers, sisters, cousins, grandmothers, nini. So we are interconnected. It's like a maze, a web that is connected in some way.
So I followed through with that thing, and I don't believe in low vibration energy in the atmosphere. But when some things happen, you're like, this is crazy. There's no way I'm in Kenya and someone is in US. I don't know whether Uganda experienced it. I don't know. Maybe the Ugandans in the house can tell us. If they've got
the Ugandans who are watching, there are no any Ugandans in the house.
Okay, if you're Ugandan, tell me whether you experience it. But it's just interesting. The theory with it is that the what do they call it? The universe right now, the vibration is very low. So it's affecting the entire
literally
planet,
the entire world.
I found that to be very, very interesting, though I don't believe in those things.
But it's not affecting Beyonce. You all heard that fire song that she just released just the other day, literally going to all the top charts in the United States, being one of the first, not even one, the first black woman to do that. And this is what I always tell you, Alan, don't look like your problems. She might be low vibration, but like if you go kunje, she's high vibration. Why are you making it about me? A big problem.
It's not about but you get so it was very interesting to me. So how I am
you know, your head is revolving around saying fine.
No, I'm looking for a word that is not a jargon, because we're not trying to be
but we're disdarting, so
but we're inclusive as well.
Include 360.
I'm trying to find my energy. I'd also say confused. I think I mentioned this in an episode we did, and Toby, I will ask you this. I think I asked you, Alan. Ikifika March, some people just it's ni kama new year tena imeanza because you had your goals. Either you worked on them or did not. Now this time you have to reflect on them again. You know. So confused and then energetic, mid-energetic.
Confused and energetic at the same time.
That's how I am.
With what you say, does that give you enough room and headspace to come up with a word bit other than fine and good?
You're still fine and good?
I'm still fine and good.
Okay,
I'm still fine.
Tobias is holding his cards closer to his chest. He knows what
I know you
trades
too.
with
Shall be used against me. Not may, shall, I'm sure.
Okay. Myself, and I had not thought about it extensively. And actually, while you said that, that's when I remember that I had watched that particular video. But also looking at it in hindsight, last week, and I know the office might have noticed, I was slumpy it for some reason. I did not understand why. And what disheartens me the most is that for myself, I would feel that way, and my brain will tell me that other people are not noticing it. But now people start, Alan, were you okay yesterday? Alan, were you okay yesterday? I'm like, what am I giving it away that easily? Yeah, because Mandem is trying to fidget, you're trying to make jokes, you're trying to laugh. But I think I have shown my traits so easily that when I am happy, people will know that Alan is happy or Alan is excited. When I'm not having it, people will still know. But now the most disheartening thing, or what I'm disappointed with myself, is that my brain tells me you're not showing it, but in actual sense, people are saying it.
Right.
So I would say I have been feeling tired, and I have sort of, you go to a shower, and I think this happened, I think on Monday. So
Or if you're using a karai, please be inclusive. Not everyone is
it's a shower.
using
It's a shower.
That's a
It's a shower.
Charlene.
there's showering and there's kuaga.
Yeah.
There's showering and there's kuaga. Be inclusive. I'm just
Still, there is a video that I saw, and this woman was saying, "Come on, enda kuoga na ile unajua zile besheni za 30 zile za round. Don't say you're going to take a shower. No, sema unaenda kuoga na besheni.
Now what's the English term for kuoga na beshen?
Now sasa hiyo ni kutoanisha.
but it's taking a bath, but taking a bath is a high budget kuoga na besheni. You understand? Yeah, so we're taking baths out here and showering.
Okay.
But for me, I was taking a steamed bath.
Hey.
Steamed shower. Yeah.
Bado mwoga.
No, kuna levels unafika.
Cha muhimu ni usafi. Cha muhimu ni usafi.
Kuna mahali unafika, you have to experience it. Sio bora. You have to feel the experience. So, let me go back to my story because it's my story. It's not your story.
Apologies.
Yes. So I was having this shower and I was like, I had a heavy head. Yeah. I don't have a headache. I don't have a migraine, but for some reason I felt like I have a heavy head. And I'm like, okay, just stand in the shower so that as the water is dropping onto your head.
This looks like a movie scene, but it's okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Don't picture.
No.
Wow. That needs to
Director will cut that.
No, that one stays. So even the feeling that I wanted to have at the end of that particular shower, it did not happen. For some reason, as the water was sort of dropping onto my head, it even felt more heavier. So you imagine kama to the extent ilikuwa sasa ndio nafanya nini, it is doing more damage kwa sasa kichwa ilikuwa inaniuma zaidi. So I don't know, I was feeling tired, I was feeling exhausted. I'm trying to look for energy, trying to do my usual activities. Yes, you would go to the gym, go through, as I would often do a 1 hour 30-minute session. You go in, you do 20-25 minutes, you're like, it's not coming.
1 hour 30 minutes of working out.
That's little.
For how long does he go to the gym?
Who?
He.
Who's he?
Who's he?
Probably there is somebody who tells her that he goes to the gym and he lied to her.
Oh, no, I am very...
You did not see that coming.
I see what you're doing today.
And you're kidogo jipatiane, but it's okay.
No, I am oblivious to the gym vicinity, and I sort of want to test the water, so that's why I'm questioning. 1 hour 30 minutes.
Yes,
it's kidogo, depending on actually what you're going to do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because there is the warming up, then there is identifying the muscle that you want to train out on the particular day. There is the reps that you're supposed to do. Yeah. And is it the reps and the sets?
Proceed.
Yeah, you cannot
I cannot relate for the first time.
For the very first time. And actually, this reminds me, when you see videos, there is a video that I was watching today, and this woman was saying, why the hell isn't he texting me back? And then we cut to somebody, a man who is quarreling with a video, sort of a person that they're playing a video game on the other side. And this guy is taking up the table.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this woman is thinking that the guy is cheating, but he's busy in the gym. It's being reps as Jafika Kumi. Yeah, you have to push a little bit harder.
Yeah.
So I think I've been feeling tired and exhausted, but slowly by slowly, I sort of, I think starting yesterday, I sort of started going out of that slump, poly.
Right.
But also people, they would say, those who know me, they would say, Alan, you are a workaholic. So basically, that's causing the tiredness, and you're not able to pinpoint exactly how you're feeling.
Yeah, and Alan, there's something called chronic fatigue.
Yeah.
Chronic fatigue happens when you're too indulged, say with work or with whatever you're doing from morning to evening. And when it happens, it takes a long time for you to come back to yourself. Kujirudia.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous for workaholics because I think you're one as well.
Okay. Now we have a doctor on set.
Therapist, doctor.
Yeah, I am officially diagnosed.
Yeah.
So we need some medicine, y'all. Do you have some medicine so that you can help me?
The doctor should prescribe.
Yeah.
And my account number is the same.
But it's an interesting thing that you say.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest challenges that I have now, it has become therapy for me. I don't know how to rest or go off of work.
Alan, can I say something? I feel like you're afraid to rest. Ni kama ukirest ofisi itakimbia kesho haitakuwa. I feel like this.
But I'm planning a whole Easter break. Yeah, I'm like.
You're saying as if Easter is a whole month. It's just 3 days.
Yeah, it's 3 days, but 3 days that I wouldn't want to take off. Yeah, so I'm planning an Easter break.
Maybe you are like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said something in an interview. He was asked why was he fighting the way he fought?
Yeah.
Basically, he said he was fighting to not go back to where he came from, the poverty and all that.
Right.
And if you know Alan's story, is probably
the way he said it.
The way he said it. I've heard him talk about his past before.
Yeah.
So I know probably.
Yeah.
Utaki kuona yule Alan wa kitambo.
Yeah, that's
Kuna
what I'm
picha
saying.
ilitumwa somewhere. I'll show you, Charlie.
Thank you.
No, that would be
If you see it, then you'd understand.
I
why
will
he
not
works that
question.
way. You will not question.
Okay,
Wow.
that's an interesting.
Wow.
But you should know, Alan, inafika point where you've worked so hard for yourself.
Yeah.
You know the chances of you going back. Okay, they're very slim. And listen,
It does not.
listen.
Okay.
I'm not saying it cannot happen. It can happen. You
Yeah.
just have to learn how to balance. That's probably your problem. I'm not saying it's your problem,
But you're saying
but
it's your problem.
from my knowledge,
Yeah.
it is a big problem for you. Balancing.
But I think, Tobias, you've done a good diagnosis. Yeah, I think that's the fear that I have. Yeah, that's one of the fears that I have. But also there is the aspect of am I comfortable? Am I okay if my identity was to be stolen right now? I will have the similar answer like you. I don't think that I am there just as yet for my identity to be stolen.
Do you guys have a particular identity that you want to be stolen, or do you think the identity you have right now is inadequate, is insufficient, is nothing?
It's not for me. It's not about inadequacy. It's about where you want to see yourself as compared to where you are or where I am at right now.
Yeah.
For many merits, I've said people would look at me as a success, but I look at myself. I'm like, I haven't even barely scratched the ground.
Right.
Yeah. But also now, when I look at when I tell myself I haven't barely scratched the ground, and I'm like, are you even doing enough? So I'm like, now you need to push even harder. So that's why I think that's where now that aspect of not resting comes in, and I just feel like I just have to push through all the time. And actually, it has also been messing with my creativity. Yeah, that's the thing that I dislike most. Yeah, because I've been trying to sit down to think creatively. Yeah, we had in the office we had a heated conversation on Monday. I sort of made it about the team, but you know when you make a problem about another person, but you know you are a part of the problem as well.
You're projecting.
You're projecting it. You're projecting it, but because you are sort of the head, you are sort of the head, then definitely it will trickle down to your team.
Yeah.
So then you have to make aware the team of where you are at, and probably now they will sort of check and see, okay, what he's talking about, is it a reality? And I would say today is Wednesday, and there is there is some change, that noticeable change that you can see. So a win is a win, yeah. A win is a win.
So do you think there's a destination to, like, there's an identity utafika uko, like, okay, sasa now I'm Alan, now I'm Toby?
I don't think so. I
think for me it's different with Alan. I have the picture in my head.
Paint that picture. Na kutoanisha sahi. Paint
Don't be
that
afraid
picture.
of the space.
In that picture, okay.
Yeah.
In that picture, I am an international interpreter.
Oh, wow.
And it's not just sign language.
Yeah.
I'm talking French. I'm talking German.
Bonjour.
Ça va? That's it. Charlene
Just say
always-
bonjour back.
Bonjour.
Okay. Guten Morgen.
I don't know that part.
Just say
That's
Guten Morgen.
that's
Morgen.
German.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Now-
rest my case.
Thank you.
But
Charlene,
when you
unakwambia kuna-
let me kutoanisha more, when they tell you bonjour, you say comment ça va,
Comment ça va?
then ça va.
Ça va bien.
No,
No,
after
Alan.
when you say bonjour, you
Alan.
repeat bonjour.
Just tell me to
When-
teach you this thing.
Let me
No,
finish
I
my-
know.
Stop guessing.
I know.
Stop guessing.
I know a bit.
Let me finish my
Okay, it's
sorry.
yes,
yes, sorry, please. And just to put it out there,
Yeah.
Okay.
I've learned French and German, not now.
Yeah.
In the past.
In
the
the, no,
Oh.
in the future, I'm painting the.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
saying I have them now.
we
No,
apologize.
no.
Sasa
I'm
si
painting the
ungesema.
picture.
Okay.
No. 'Cause
Right now you
am I an
nailed Da
international
Vinci.
interpreter?
No, you're not.
Not yet. Exactly.
But you are a nationally acclaimed interpreter.
Well, yes, there I am.
Yes.
Are
There.
you using Duolingo?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm offering myself to teach you French.
Ah,
Thank you.
She has never offered to teach me anything, so that's a good deal.
thank you, Charlene.
Because you don't listen. That's
It doesn't,
right.
by the way.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So anyway. Okay, probably.
Murife run.
Polybus.
Okay,
Anyway,
the
I
picture.
am that,
Yeah.
and I am working in the UN.
Yeah.
I'm getting in the chambers and all that.
Yeah.
Now that identity, that one can be stolen.
Yeah.
This one, naiba unapeleka.
We're not kufanyia nini.
Unafanyia nini?
Shida.
Tubaya subundi unapeleka wapi sasa?
Yeah.
This one I don't feel like I'm there yet.
Yeah.
But in that other one,
Yeah.
hapo.
Probably, and Charlene probably could also paint a picture for us, yeah? For in line with what
Yes,
she has
yes,
said.
because umenitoanisha hapa with your French and good morning.
Ni kama nasema
Yes.
good morning. But
bada.
Tobias,
Tell
I
us.
would like to know, and also this would sort of link back to what Charlene was saying, that from January you said the new year, the resolutions, and when you reach in March and you haven't done much, then you start getting worried, or you start
Right.
sort of relooking at what you had set out to do. Yes, you have this picture. You have this, I often call it a big vision board, because you have this part, there is the part of learning the French, there is what will go into learning the French, there is what will go into learning the German. Have you already identified the things that you are supposed to do? Have you already sort of looked at that roadmap, and how does it look like for you? How you could even throw in figures. How much would it cost you? Yeah, because they say if you're not able to break down the dream to its minute level, then there is a higher possibility
Can
that you
people
might not
just
be
have
achieving.
dreams without?
No, but you have to be realistic, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
a realistic dream.
Very.
But anyway, you'll go first.
Yeah,
Julia.
let me go first.
Go
first and then
You've done a lot.
Thank you.
You can rest.
Thank you.
You've talked about career-wise.
Charlene is cunningly caring today.
I'm a nice person. You've talked about career-wise.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's dependent on the field that you're in. So when I was in school, nilikuwa naambiwa one red flag about the course you're doing.
Yeah.
Ukiambiwa you can work anywhere,
Yeah.
that is a red flag. Because anywhere is nowhere at the same time,
Yeah.
right? Unfortunately or fortunately, I mean, those very diverse field.
Yeah.
For context that
You can work for cartels, you can work for the government, you
There's
can
a
commit a
gender.
crime, you can be a part of a crime alafu upate kazi kwa serikali.
Alan.
I'm in that field.
Yeah.
I'm in that field. Yeah, for context.
Nitakujiwa, yeah.
I did communications, and
Yeah.
it's a very, very vast field. And for the time that I've been able to be out of school and,
Yeah.
be in the world, I did media. I was on TV.
Yeah.
Now I, from media, now I went to, can I call it corporate?
Yeah.
It's corporate communication, right?
Yeah.
And there's just levels to communication, I feel. So I'm confused. Yeah.
Where do you take it?
Yeah. So I'm just like winging it. Yeah. Okay. You did media. You did workouts.
Yeah.
Were you good? Are you satisfied?
Yeah.
First of all.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next thing. So if the next thing you find it fun, you can do it for how long, and just move. But I'm looking at myself, like Toby said, career-wise, many years from now. I think I would retire into business.
Yeah.
Number one. But I also feel like there's a creative inside of me that is dying to get out.
Yeah.
You know, aside from doing audiovisual.
Yeah.
And maybe I could just put it out. I feel like I have gotten a lot of compliments. Oh, your voice is beautiful. You can tell me in the comments whether you find my voice beautiful.
So yes, you're already smiling.
It is.
Yeah, and
you.
actually, just Mullet, one of us, he will also be like, yes, sauti iko sawa.
Yeah, you know, and I sort of started to think about it because, you know, if you want to know where you can make money, find your strength. Your unique strength.
Yeah.
That is a secret to making money. Nowadays, you can make money.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I look at myself in future, probably my voice would make money for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
So there's voice, there's business, and also there's a creative side of me, like something like this.
Yeah.
I have a vision of it. Do I have it figured out yet? No. But I feel like I'm gonna retire into business, being a creative.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't want to die before I use everything I have. I would be a failure then.
Yeah. Failure.
You wouldn't know you were a failure then.
No. At the point I'm dying, you know, when they say at Ukikufa, you have a flashback of your life.
Yeah.
I would hate
You'll be
to be
so,
dying.
yeah.
And I knew Shalini had a nice voice. What did you do with it?
Mm.
You had a... What else do I have? I don't know. You had those things and you didn't...
They can tell us. What do you think Shalini has?
That's a very...
Yeah.
vast question.
Yeah.
But you see, I am still figuring. I feel like the people I'm on. I like saying this, but you see, they're advanced in life, and maybe they have it figured out. But some of us are just. What's funny to me?
I'm glad you think that. I'm
Okay.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
If you are to retire into business,
Yeah.
what business would it be? Would it still be around media or?
Absolutely not. I feel like media broke my heart.
That is a very staunch no. Yeah.
Media broke my heart, really. Yeah, media broke my heart.
How?
That's a heartbreak. I could even cry. When she learned how to move. You asked how? I was one of those girls who'd be like, me, just watch out for me. The next.
Yeah.
Tukitoka shule nipeni 2-3 months.
Yeah, I am the next Victoria Rubadiri.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm the next Charlene.
Oh,
okay.
You're
You
the
see,
next
when you
best
want to-
version of you.
Right.
Yeah.
When you want, and I have this problem, Ati, when you grow up, who do you want to be like? You say you want to be like Victoria Rubadiri.
Yeah.
But there is Victoria Rubadiri, there's no Charlene. Right?
For the first time, I would agree with you on that because, you know, my biggest problem, people say I have interesting character traits, yeah? And they think that I got them yesterday. But this is who I've been for the longest time. So even when I was young, I was asked, Alan, who do you want to be? Who do you look up to? And I'm like, I look up to myself. And guys were like, what the hell do you say you're looking up to?
It looks like pride.
Exactly. They look at it as pride. And I was lucky that I started reading when I was a little bit younger, and that's why I can understand Cat Williams when he says that she was able to read all those books. 8,000 books when he was young. 8,000 is quite a flex, but you could understand, because when the child has that willingness, because a child, I think they have this obsessive nature. When they get to learn something and they touch onto something, they want to obsess over it over and over again. So also when I was asked, who do you look up to? I was like, I look up to Alan. I want to be the next Alan. They'll be like, why? Because I believe there is no guy like me. Yeah, there is a void for the Alan Hubbard. Actually, that's where even the name came from. The Alan Hubbard.
The one and only.
There is this. I look at myself, and I'm like, there is this grand part of me that I want to self-actualize. Yeah. So I understand when you say that you want to be the next Charlene.
Yeah.
Because there is a bigger version to what you are right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how media broke my... Did I say how media broke my heart?
No.
What was I saying?
You're beating around the bush
You're
about
beating
being
around
I
Victoria
don't
Rubadiri,
beat around the
man.
bush. I was giving context. I was
Okay.
giving background.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
Context.
Coming from background where people asking me. Oh, I said give me 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months. Where was I? I was home. Tawaki. So 3 months lapsed. But yeah, I was saying I was one of those. But you see, when you do media,
Yeah.
and when you come from a place where your school really confines you, because you're in a class of 70 people,
Yeah.
and you emerge, say, the best anchor, the best reporter. Your voice is is not miraculous. Is what's the word?
Thunderous.
Thunderous is yours, man.
Your voice is meticulous,
Yeah.
and you come to the outside world, you realize, Charlene,
There are so many voices.
people.
Like,
you are not special.
yeah.
You're not special.
Yeah.
If you thought your voice is the most, there's so many beautiful voices out here.
Yeah.
You thought you know how to read news.
Kuna
There are
magwiji.
people doing it already.
Yeah.
And the people who they're better than you. There's always someone who's better than you.
Yeah.
And that's the hard truth. And so you don't give up. You try. And then ukiwa inakata, you just have to learn how to move on. Okay?
Na imekata
Maybe.
mapema.
Huh?
I feel like give up mapema.
No. I did it. I did it. I was once somewhere doing TV reporting.
Yeah.
And then?
For a certain television station.
And then?
They broke her
You're the
heart.
one who quit, or they're the ones who...
Oh, by that time, I was in Atachi, not even an intern.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was in Atachi, went to a TV station. Again, you go there and you're doing so well. And you're like, there's no way this cannot work out for me. There's
There is
absolutely
nowhere they're
no
not
way.
seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And so it's like, now I'm giving my life story.
It's okay.
But someone can listen to this and then, be encouraged.
Yeah.
When you say I gave up on it, probably I did. But in a point where now when I finished school, I was like, I know where I'm going. So I was going back there now, where I was the best. And in Africa, you see, when people get used to you, they sort of decrease your value. Or if they know that you're desperate for this thing,
Yeah. They use that.
they will not reciprocate it with the value.
Yeah. That
And in
you
this
have
case-
traded it for.
Yeah, in this case, of course, it's money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to do something for free.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make people come watch your TV station
Yeah.
and you're not giving me
Anything.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I was like, you people can't see my worth. I see my worth.
Turus.
I'm seeing my wife doing dishes at home. That's how I see my wife. So sometimes seeing your wife looks like being in the gutters, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And it's okay. So yeah, that is how media broke my heart.
Yeah.
And I tell you know what, this is the ex I'm gonna leave kabisa, and I will never talk to you.
Yeah.
And I won't feel bad if I see people my age who are doing it in these big places.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what they did to get there. Because I tried everything and anything.
Yeah. Buy the book. I think that is important to say. Buy the book.
By the book, and it didn't work out. And sometimes when things are working against you, probably they are working for you.
True. That is an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, that's how you look at it. I'm like, okay, you broke my heart. It's okay. There's better. I was about to say better men, but in this case, there's better fields to go into. There's always better.
Yeah, or the other side.
I disagree with the notion that the grass is greener where you water it. It could be true in some contexts, but if you really think about it, sometimes you
just
can water that grass. Nayo grass imeamua mimi ni fig tree, ama I will not accept this water.
Maybe you're giving it too much water.
Ati mimi ni fig tree.
Hey,
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Ama mimi ni cactus.
Unaniua na maji.
Mimi nataka desert bwana. Yeah.
So sometimes in life you just have to sit down, jitu mkutano, and like, okay, this is not working out.
Yeah.
Let's move. The moment you stagnate, you kill yourself.
Yeah.
And there's so much more you can do. If you have a beautiful voice, you can use it somewhere else. If you think you're pretty in front of the camera, you can be pretty. Social media is the thing right now. All right? That's how media broke my heart, and I decided, you know what, let's move.
But then something you've touched on.
Yeah.
How do you know when to quit? For
That's a
example,
good
how do
question.
you know when
it's done?
Yeah, you feel you love music, for example.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're an innovator. You have a dream of making something. Maybe
I'll be the worst person to answer that question because I think I just don't know when to quit.
Yourself,
Yeah.
but then others don't see it.
Yeah.
You remember the perfect example is, what was that movie? The Taraji one, the one she's crazy. Not crazy, well, she was driven into that, but the one she's what?
She has a mental disorder.
Yes, with the husband guy.
I can't remember the name.
You watched that movie?
I'm not good with movies.
No, everyone was talking about that movie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Trust me, he doesn't know about it.
he doesn't. Oh.
Then I can bet on it.
Anyway, the
Yeah.
guy
Yeah.
in the movie is an innovator.
Yeah.
He has this idea, like a generator
That was
thing.
a
I can't
beautiful
remember.
movie. I
It
know you
was.
should watch it.
I'll look for the name and tell you.
Yeah.
You should really watch it.
He has that.
Look
dream.
at how
He
all
says-
you're caring for me. We will look for it and give it.
Okay, the guy is watching.
Yeah,
I'm so sure I know
say
the
it in the
name.
comment section.
Right.
Yeah.
So this guy, he sees it. He has
Yeah.
it in head.
Yeah.
In his head.
Yeah.
He has everything. The formulas
blueprints
and
and
all that,
everything.
everything. He has that. But no one else around you sees it.
Yeah.
It's taken him. He's old. He has a wife here.
Yeah.
But he still doesn't want to give up on that dream.
Dream.
And then eventually, it.
Pops up and
Pops up.
blossoms. Yeah.
Now, what if he would have given up as early as Charlene did?
Right.
Now, when do you know when to
To quit.
leave that dream
Yeah.
and jump ship?
Yes.
Charlene, the answer is
Absolutely. I think I have an
question is-
answer.
You know?
From my experience, if you know you have done your best, and you see that the guy in the movie knew there's still something that can be done, there's still offices I can knock, and there's more I can do about it. For me, how I knew is because if you see the guy in that movie, for example, hakufika in that place where he was able to showcase, this is what I have in mind, okay? But for me, I was fortunate enough to be in that platform where
Did you play
But
on
did you
enough
look for
stages?
others?
Did you play
Yeah.
on enough stages?
I did. And let me tell you something about the media.
Yeah.
I'm saying back then as if I'm old. It was just last year. For context. Oh, let's say that word. Oh, I'm so old.
Yeah.
Anyway, when you're looking for a place to be yourself in terms of a media personality,
Yeah.
they tell you, please don't go to the big,
Media stations.
Fishes?
Yeah.
go for the small ones. That is where the experience is.
Is that? Yeah.
And it's very true. Because I didn't go to the Citizens and the KTNs,
Yeah.
but ukisearch vizuri iko. Yeah. But so I didn't go to those big fishes. I went to a small fish. And I remember comparing my experience with people who went to the big
The big
fish.
media stations. Yeah.
I can promise you they were just sitting around doing nothing. They didn't go to the field.
Yeah.
They didn't get a chance to report.
They didn't know a chance to get those hands-on
Hands-on experience. Yeah. When I first went to media, I was like, I'm going to do English reporting. I don't know Kiswahili.
Yeah.
The first week, I remember that time kulikuwa na ukosefu wa mafuta.
Yeah.
The bei ya mafuta ilikuwa imepanda. And they were like, okay, Charlene, bei ya mafuta imepanda, and a town do a story. I'm like, I'm just a baby. I'm just children. I'm just a baby.
Now that's the most interesting thing about media. There is no babies in the media.
There is no babysitting.
If you say you do camera, carry that camera and go out and bring us footage.
When
And
I
they will
joined
not
the
even tell
evening,
you how.
yes,
They'll
that
just
story.
tell you, go bring us a story.
And the story must run.
Yeah.
Haujaifanya PTC ni piece to camera where I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm Charlene Mandel from Nairobi.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. The good thing for me, when you have passion for something, you've done it behind closed doors.
it out.
Right? So you just have to show the world. You just have to show the world that, you know what, I can do this.
Yeah.
Right? So, I'm like, okay, I was so scared, but I was like, this is your opportunity.
To shine.
Yeah. Not to shine, to prove a point.
Yes.
To others and most importantly to yourself.
Yeah.
You say you're a good reporter? Okay, show me. I went to the field. Am I telling this story again?
No, you're not telling
You're
this
talking
story.
about when to quit.
Oh, thank you. Please remember that because yeah. So I go to the field. I'm like, okay, I need to talk to drivers. I need to go to a petrol station and get those pictures. I need to do a PTC.
Yeah.
I need to do in both English and
Swahili.
Kiswahili. And I have never done Swahili ever before. So see me, I go to the
Charlene
field.
would pay money to watch that
that
piece.
that's the first piece.
Yeah.
You will not find it, but I can make you listen to, not make you. You
Yeah.
can listen to one of my Kiswahili. It's really nice. I
Yeah.
played for Eve here. I wish she
Yeah.
was here to ascertain that. But I didn't go to the field. I don't know where that Kiswahili came from because in my mind I'm like, mimi ni mtu wa kizungu. What do you
Je,
mean?
sasa
I say.
tumesimama hapa.
Ati
Could you sort of re-perform?
I mean, don't put you on a spotlight. You know that I have lost it.
Yeah.
But before the show ends, I'll do it for you guys.
Absolutely.
And for
You
our
will
viewers.
do a close for us. in Swahili.
Thank you.
I will do
Asanteni
it.
sana wapenzi watazamaji kwa kutazama leo. Na kwa heri.
Yeah.
Buheri wa afya. So when do you quit? After you've done everything?
Yeah. So I did it, and when I went back to the studio, the story was number one. Let me tell you how big of a deal it is. As an Atachi, you cannot get story number one. As who? Why are you getting it? As who?
Yeah.
And so it ran as number one in both Swahili and English. And
Wow.
there's normally production meetings every single day to see which stories go on and who's doing what.
Yeah.
I remember I was given a standing ovation. I'm like, okay,
I am the it girl.
listen.
I
told you guys. I told you guys.
Now you're sort of validating it in your head.
Yes.
Wewe msetu nakwambiaga wewe ndio mzee.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you were doubting yourself, look at this. We had a big fish in our production. I cannot mention the name, but it was really, really big. I remember I was watching him when I was young. Yeah. And I get to see him, and he's so happy
In
about
action.
your work. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my days.
I've made it.
Mama,
Come and watch me.
Yes, you could do show everyone watch television. I'm like, this is where your school fees went,
Yeah.
So coming from that place, now I was explaining when you've gotten the platform to do what you love and what you think you'll be doing for the rest of your life. Ikifika a point where you've tried everything to make a comeback, na inakata. For me, the satisfaction I had is I did it. When I was there, I gave it my best. I had to goals that I wanted to do when I was on TV.
Yeah.
And I did all of that. So it came a time for me to be like, okay, Charlene, you did it. And for some reason, the second time, it's not working.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine. Maybe next time. But for now, it's not for us. And it's okay. And I made peace with that. That's how I knew when to quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Will you ever quit interpreting before you go to interpret for the UN? The ONGA, UN General Assembly in New York.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Some things are out of your control. But if it is in my control,
Yeah.
I don't think I'd quit before. Maybe sign language. Maybe sign language.
Yeah.
After I've acquired the German and French,
Yeah.
I'd probably drop sign language. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I think people do not entirely quit, yeah? I think we graduate into the things that we are doing. So when you look at what Tobias just said, or how I look at it, yes, you might drop something that has enabled you to go into the next level. I would not look at it as quitting. You're just saying, okay, now this clutter has served me to the farthest that it has served me. Now how am I graduating to the next level? And I would like to sort of bring that into perspective on my end. When I left Shanks, yeah, when this whole journey was starting, I told my mom, hey, mimi nimetoka Shanks, nimeenda kuwa kwa TV. And my mom was like, Dad, you're not serious. Kwetu, wewe kwenu ni nani umewahi kwa TV? Yeah, na hiyo school fees nani anaenda kulipia kwenda kwa TV?
Right.
But long story short, I Nairobi hustled my way up, and the first appearance that I did, in the old crazy days when I used to model, yeah, I did a piece to camera for the CNN. Yeah.
Back then was when TV was black and white.
No, Shelly. Just the other day.
Okay.
Just the other day.
Okay.
So I sent that piece to my mom. She was in disbelief. She was like, is this CNN? I was like, yeah. You said I can't be on TV. There it is. And actually, by that time, I had also already enrolled into college to do journalism and media studies. So she was like, how are these things happening so quickly? Right. I was like, you did not believe me that I was already, I am already doing it. I think what even broke the camel's back is when I had, I think I had a short stint with Jalango back in the days when he was still in radio and all of that. And I sent these pictures back home. It made the whole village go crazy. Because at that particular point, Jalango was the radio. So if you are seen in a photo with Jalango, you are next to success.
Tuma kitu.
Yeah, tuma kitu. But now those times I'm living in a space and natoshana hivi hata kitu nitatumaje. Ni picha tu niko nayo. Yeah, you get.
Yeah.
But my dream has always been, I've always looked at myself as, and actually I even fumbled it. Yes, my surah made it to CNN, but the lady was like, because she asked me a question, after you're done doing your journalism, what media station would you like to work for? And I was like, I want to work for the BBC. And she was like, she let me speak my truth.
Yeah.
But after they had stopped recording, she was like, Alan, you fumbled the bag. because I was willing to pull shots to have this thing play at the CNN in the United States for you to see how this young man has this particular dream. You know, I'm quite crafty. I was like, can we do it again? She was like, no.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that has gone. There is this high pedestal that I put the BBC, and I'm like, oh boy, I really want to make it to the BBC.
I mean, it's the BBC.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the British Broadcasting Corporation. But now when you sort of elevate and start experiencing some of you now start garnering experience. You see how they report about Africa. You are an African, probably might not agree how the perspective that they are reporting Africa about, and all these nuances that you get to learn in that particular journey. Then you start reconsidering, do I really want to go to the BBC? But even as you're reconsidering, that dream remains of becoming something big.
Right.
So I also had dreams of working in big media stations. Even people, when I do my TikToks, they're like, why aren't you doing big media? But then from the perspective of, I don't want to really call it discrimination, because for me, I look at it not as discrimination, but have you met the threshold of what these media stations are taking? And I don't think that somebody else has to lower the standards just because they have to create space for you.
Right.
If you meet that threshold, you meet it. If you don't, you don't. So I made quick peace of understanding that probably I might not make it to the big media stations, but then there are these stories that I want to tell. So I was like, how can I create an alternative for myself?
Yeah.
So what do? You create something that would be close to what you want to do and grow your own sort of platform, so that you say, okay, I am not able to make it to the big shows so that millions can watch me, but I'm able to see that 35 people fuck with my shit. They watched what I did, they listened, they gave a comment to an interview that I did. And that's why I'm resonating with what you said, is that yes, you can drop sign language but still proceed with German and French. So I'm also cool with not making it to Citizen, really not KTN na NTV na. I think
labda unachoma tena.
Awacha nichome.
You never
Venye ulichoma ya CNN.
Awacha nichome. Msinipat. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
NTV probably not. I think I would go for Citizen. Yeah, I would definitely go for Citizen. And BBC probably, but I'm like, before I go there, what am I doing in the moment for my dream not to fizzle out?
Right.
Yeah. So I think that is also, I would also liken it to not giving up entirely, but what next thing are you doing that is sort of still in line with your dream?
Yeah, and in line with what you're saying, Alan, I feel like it's easy to put a stop to a certain dream if you have options. If you don't have options, you will stick with that one thing that you want to do. I think it's very important in life to diversify what you can do, because the moment you fixate that mimi nataka kwa TV, you will lose it.
But there are those who fixate it and eventually they if you obsess over something.
But he's not on the CNN.
No, but he's on TV.
Exactly, but it's CNN.
Okay.
Wow. So that sort of segues me into our next question here. The deepfakes. We have all spoken about our dreams,
Yeah.
If we had the opportunity to deepfake anybody to achieve our dreams, to what extent would we be able to go? And what gimmicks would we be willing to go to the extent that we are willing to go to? Probably to give our viewer context. Now, deepfakes, this is where you use artificial intelligence to sort of stitch or put people's faces onto bodies that they're not really theirs. And I think even
including voices.
Yeah, even voices and all of that stuff. We have so many examples. Probably you could share yours, but the most common one that I remember that story of Linturi when he was sort of pictured in a lodging. Then he said, "No, that body is not mine. Ni sura yangu tu imewekwa hapo." Politicians can lie.
Are you sure it was like that? Are you sure he was lying?
No, that's what I'm
now that
saying.
you know what you know.
Yeah, now that's what I'm saying.
It's capable. It's
something must
happen.
kill a man.
Okay.
Something.
Continue.
It's like Tobias is agreeing. Yes, something must kill a man. Which are some of the
Continue.
weirdest examples that you've seen deepfake technology work? I hope they have gotten what deepfake technology is all about.
I think The one I've seen was in what's that? British Got Talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some guys there too. They own a company.
Yeah.
Deepfake. They were actually on Twitter TikTok.
Yeah.
They were trending. They had this guy.
Yeah.
Apparently Tom Cruise is on TikTok.
Yeah.
Trending, doing ordinary people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some kind. They were invited to the British Got Talent.
Yeah.
And they were able to deep fake the judges performing right there
On the stage, yeah.
on the stage. They are the ones doing the act,
Yeah.
but then the projections,
Yeah.
are
The Simon
judges,
Sinel,
yeah,
Right.
they're the ones, doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the one I've seen that was even the Morgan Freeman one. There's a
Absolutely.
Morgan Freeman one.
Yeah.
It's the voice. And those cues you give when you're talking,
donations and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
like Alan right now,
Yeah.
all that is captured. And
Yeah.
you
so
see
that they are
Alan,
able
you
to
don't
imitate it. Yeah.
exactly. So if you don't know, then it becomes
It's easy to con you.
it's easy to con you.
There are so many ways that Kenyans would
Actually,
use that
there's
we're
a
intelligent.
There's a woman
Yeah.
in the States. There was a time that stuff was trending.
Yeah.
Defects. A woman was called. She was asked. No, it's like this. Then she hears her baby crying.
Yeah.
Her daughter
Yeah.
crying, and then there's a guy who comes like pulling her, taking the phone away,
Yeah.
telling her to send some cash. She's been abducted and all that.
Yeah.
All the while, the daughter is with the dad in another place. You see, so it has gotten
it's
to a
crazy.
point. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's used for
So many reasons.
So many reasons.
You're like gonna tell us some reasons you would use it. Shalil, what examples have you come
That
up
is crazy.
Yeah.
For me, I think everyone's. There was a time I'm not well versed with politics. It's
Yeah.
not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But at the time, Putin, who's Putin?
Putin, the Russian.
The Russian
Putin.
president, right?
Yeah, the Russian Putin.
The
Vladimir
time
Putin.
kulikuwa na, I feel like Russia is always in problems, but there was a time Russia was in
Are they
problems.
always in
with
problems, or
state.
they're the ones causing them? Either.
Yeah,
You
either
never know,
or.
you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a video that was trending, and people were like, "Are you sure this is?" It was on TikTok. Are you sure this is Putin talking?
Yeah.
And apparently it wasn't. It was that thing.
Yeah,
Deepfake,
deep
yeah.
fake.
So I'm like, this is a threat even to national
leaders.
security.
Yeah.
The most hilarious one. Do you see the deepfakes where Barack Obama, Donald
Yes,
Trump,
yes,
saw-
yes,
I saw
yes, yes,
also.
yes.
trading barbs? Or Barack, what did you say? No, that is Trump. What did you say? I think this is why your black people are going through this. Those
I
stuff
saw-
was hilarious.
They
Yeah.
were
They
hilarious.
were.
Yeah.
Actually, at the time, most people we didn't know.
Exactly.
You think,
Right.
and then there's never context.
Yeah.
They always just put like a
short
short
bits
clip.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
like the
blow off.
then they blow off.
Yeah.
So you only see that part, but you don't see the entire thing.
Right.
When you watch the
Entire
entire
backstory.
yeah, then
Yeah.
you can know it's a skit or it's something someone
Yeah.
is playing with. But when you just see the snippet,
Yeah.
then it's hard to tell.
You reminded me of a famous story that Dave Chappelle shared about people being like Tom Cruise being on TikTok, but he's not really on TikTok.
He's on Cat.
Yeah, he's in Cat Williams. That stuff was hilarious. Yeah, and the most funny thing is that the Dave Chappelle who had the Twitter account was even more hilarious
Than
than
him.
the actual Dave Chappelle. So
Yeah.
he started saying things to Cat Williams that were painful. So when he meets Cat Williams, he's like, man, most of those things that you've been saying, they are not true and they have been hurtful. And Cat Williams is like, I'm not even on Twitter. Yeah. So it's really interesting what this deepfakes and what this artificial intelligence, intelligent AI can be able to do. If you're to commit a crime, or if you're to able to become something, what would be your self idealization that you want to achieve with the deepfakes?
Is this question the same as what superpower would you have?
Absolutely, because
okay.
I think artificial intelligence is giving people superpowers.
Absolutely.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I start? You're all
Yeah, you
looking at
start.
me.
No, yes.
Okay.
Ladies first. Play
Ladies
courteous.
first, please.
That's not courtesy. It's just like deal with that first of all as we think and become smarter than you. I know what you're doing.
I don't know why you always read cynicism from what we get to do. Yeah?
I smell mediocrity.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a good smell. Anyway, I love the mind. So I would definitely be a mind reader. For example, if I'm going for a job interview,
Yeah.
I want to know what you're thinking in the moment. You're like, acha nimuulize swali. And I think about it and I'm quick to respond. And I respond, I get the job.
So you would buy the Neuralink stuff by Elon Musk?
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Elon
Because
Musk, you already have someone to start with.
once you know, someone to start with.
Yes.
Did he already have one?
Yeah, there is already
there
sort
is
of
one.
patient zero.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
patient zero or client zero, something like that?
Yeah. I feel like once you know someone's mind, you literally have
The power.
the ultimate power.
Yeah.
So mind reading.
Yourself?
I'm not sure, but I think if I was, AI is basically data collected,
Yeah.
and then it's now the computer doing all those stuff.
Yeah.
So I think to have all that information at the tip of my hands,
Yeah.
to use it whenever I want, that would be like,
amazing.
I'm coming here.
Yeah.
I know you more than you know yourself.
Yeah, I have
know
that on
you.
me.
Yeah.
I have the good, the bad, the evil,
ugly.
everything.
Yeah.
And then I think that would be a good. Is it negotiating or manipulation?
Yeah.
I don't
But you see,
know.
if you have that information and I can read your mind, you can get to me. See?
She has
Okay.
already thought a world where
She's
you
thought
two
where we-
existing. Yeah. Then, with that said and
No,
done,
don't do that.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Don't do
I'm
it.
gonna do it. With that said and done, I will combine both of
Alex,
Joe's abilities.
You
and
can just say your answer which comes
Sure.
time. You can just say your answer.
I was gonna do that.
No,
There was
no.
certainly the intelligent
You can
thing
just
to do.
say your answer. It's okay.
Sure.
It's okay.
That is the answer that I would have given,
Yeah.
but also the ability to dissect information at quantum speeds. Yeah, as soon as I am hit with it, because I'm the kind who, when I interface with a problem, I start dissecting it. So the faster I am able to dissect it, the faster that I am able to find a solution. So if then I am able to power myself with that artificial intelligence and I'm able to sort of dissect these problems at a higher speed, I think that will be some G stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But aren't you guys scared about, or at least worried about where it can go? Right now it's just
When
Ndio mwanzo.
it's ni kama ndio mwanzo.
But
As-
it's really
as
horrible.
fast as we
much
are seeing it
yes.
developing,
how I'm
we know
looking
it's
at
still
how I'm looking at this, yeah.
Advancing.
yeah.
If you read when the internet was starting, everybody was worried for the internet. Everybody was worried about this internet thing. Because kids were literally, even grown-ups were literally glued to their computers, and people were wondering, these guys are turning into zombies. They are literally glued onto their computers because now the internet has come in. But when you see how the internet has been able to revolutionize the human race, actually I think there are few things that, not a number of things that have been considered that have revolutionized humankind, the likes of electricity, the likes of the computer and the internet. And I think artificial intelligence is also going to be one of them. At the beginning of something new, definitely there are going to be some scares, yeah. And I think that the best thing that could happen, there is a summit that I was watching and I found it very fascinating. Do you know Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister for the UK? This guy is a good interviewer, because I was watching a summit where he was interviewing Elon Musk. Because for us, I think we are used to the African context where our leaders ni kama, sorry to say, but bongolala. But it was interesting to see a prime minister in his stature. He seated down with Elon Musk in his capacity, and they are having an educated conversation that you wouldn't find with any other common African leader. So I found that really interesting. And what they were talking about is now the biggest problem is that they are only talking about the superpowers. They're not also speaking about from an African perspective. So what Rishi Sunak was saying, that if they are able to put together the United States, the UK, the European Union and China, so that they are able to regulate this thing called artificial intelligence, I think it will be able to go a long way in terms of sort of safeguarding it. What can be done, what cannot be done. Remember when ChatGPT had started? ChatGPT was literally telling people how to create bombs.
It was.
Yeah,
They sort of
literally.
find a way to.
Yeah, actually, until the government, sort of the United States government, came in and they started putting in perimeters. Yeah.
But
I know a lot, Charlene. You're.
I'm not startled by what you're saying, but it's just that I'm thinking, in as much as we can keep, but to what extent?
Yeah.
I mean, look at our social media.
Yeah.
We thought we could keep, but right now,
Can't, actually.
you can't.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just wondering, to what extent will we be able to, keep the nitty gritties of AI?
Yeah.
Would we be able to manage its ticking bombs? Yeah. And I highly doubt.
I also doubt that.
Yeah,
Because
I think there is going to be a
also-
black market to it. You see how there is the black sort of black end of the internet.
Yeah.
You know, there are so many things that happen on the internet. You're like, oh
That's
my
true.
goodness, are these things for real? Like the video that I think we will also put it in the description for the guys to get also to know about this. The video where these guys were talking about deepfakes, how politicians, particularly targeting women, because your sort of male competitors, they do not want you to run in a race, so they deepfake your face onto a pornographic video, and they then publicize it all across your constituents, and they're like, are you basically going to elect a porn star as your leader? So there are so many treacherous things that can be used when it comes to AI. But also, I know you all have used it someplace to get something that you want.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. It's like what Charlene was talking about. How well can we like control it?
Yeah.
It's like Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
They've been trying for a very long time to, block the hate speech and all that racism stuff.
Yeah.
But
Still
I don't
it leaks.
think,
Yeah.
it's still there. So
Yeah.
I don't think it can be 100% clean. Anything with humans can
Yeah.
be 100% clean. But I think the thing that scares me most about it, I was watching the same interview I was watching,
Yeah.
and they were talking about AI having some sort of called hallucinations. Hallucinations are when it kind of goes off program.
Yeah.
It
That's
kama
telling you
umeifunza
things.
ifanye hii,
Yeah.
but then it
Decides
from
to do
what you've
something
given
totally
it,
different.
it gets a different, like it learns.
Yeah.
It's
It
continuously
adopts.
learning. It adopts
Yeah.
something new. Like even the robotics.
And actually, that's where I wanted to come.
Even
Yeah.
the robotics thing.
There was a press conference in Russia. I think it's Russia. And they're talking about this robot. Now, as a female journalist is broadcasting, sort of doing a piece to camera, then the robot was seen tapping on her behind. And everybody was stunned. Like, who has taught this robot that there is some meat to be tapped here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's
So
crazy
I think
stuff.
that's the part that scares me about it.
Yeah.
When will we lose control? And if we do, will we be able to gain it back?
I think Elon Musk knows we will lose control, so that's why he's trying to take us to Mars.
Probably. That's why he's putting chips in Kina Shalem.
So that they can be able to battle with AI.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think for me, what scares me about AI, I'm even scared for us. Okay, your generation is different.
Yeah.
I'm scared for my generation.
Okay.
I'm scared for the generation after me.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what AI and technology will be looking like for, okay, not your children, let's say my children.
Yeah.
Because you guys, it's just like probably a few months from now. You don't know.
We haven't had our children just as well. So our children will still play with your children.
Play with yours.
They'll be in,
They'll be in.
they'll be, let me just say it.
Where?
Watakuwa wale naambia, we, acha niwe kijana mkubwa mwenye mkono." You know, but anyway, I am just scared of the advancement and the level that will be when that time comes for our generation to get to experience the world in a completely, different setup. And will we be able to, the way our parents have really tried.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's every parent, every generation.
Yeah.
Right. But
That's every parent.
okay, you can't
like
compare.
ours. Ours, peer, there are stuff they really feared
Right.
when
We're getting born.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
social media
Yeah.
coming. Ni sahi tu wanajaribu kuingia Facebook. Boss wako ashajaribu kuingia Facebook sahi.
Masangu ako Facebook, but
I
hajui
reason-
kuitumia vizuri hadi ako na accounts karibu 5 because every time she forgets
She
her page.
forgets her
And
page.
what's most annoying, you see the same name sending your friend request
Exactly.
all the
Then you're wondering, mom, jamani.
You like
Anaenda kupigia password ya ile kitu ilikuwa-
now you know the most disheartening thing. The other day I'm scrolling on TikTok. I go into my
Don't tell me you saw
notifications.
your mom.
I saw my mom. Now, what is most worrying? Yeah? I saw that I had 50 notifications.
Yeah.
So what this woman did, she went ahead and liked every single video. I'm like, Mom,
Please.
why are you doing this to me? Yeah.
I need to be friends with your mom. I push
Aki.
content yangu. Jamani, ongeza likes.
I found 50 likes. I'm like,
Yeah.
ni nani huyu alikuwa ananistalk looking at the name
None other than your mom.
Naijua hii.
Yeah. So it's the same thing with
Right.
us. Currently, we know artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
right? We don't know where it's going to be,
Yeah.
but we know it's going to evolve and all that.
Yeah.
So probably wakikua, they'll be your kids.
I have a
Watakuwa washa nini, but you have the idea. You
I
get it.
agree with you.
But you'll still be scared.
But still, like your parent, alikuwa naogopa. You were there, okay, let's say Facebook, for example,
Yeah.
right? And the tech and the stuff. You see, my kid, there's social media, there's technology, and now
Yeah.
there's AI. Like
Yeah.
it's double homicide. You understand?
Yeah.
So I feel like the gravity will be more than what we have experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my wild take, yeah? There won't be a problem because look at these generations that have been born into the internet era or the social media era. For some reason, yes, they are spending tremendous hours onto these platforms, but they have sort of found a way to, I wouldn't say they are really like, I don't know how you would term it. I wouldn't say that they are addicted to it. Because this is the norm that they have been born
that's what they
into.
know.
This is what they know, so they will be adapt to it. It's the same thing that I'm looking at guys who would be born in the AI era, because that is the generation that they are in. So subconsciously, I don't know, they will have been born in that sort of system, and they will know intrinsically how to deal with it. Case in point, do you know that your kids ineptly, they are more intelligent than you? Yeah, once you expose them to information, because hands down, we wouldn't be able to teach our parents how to open up social media accounts, but because that is not the era that they were born in, they need to rely on us, because now we have those knowledge sets, even if they do not support us to be taught those particular things, but we have found our way on how to learn that, and now we get to teach them. So even the kids that we'll give birth to, when Shalina and I refer to all the time, they will sort of find a way how to live within that system that they have born into, and they will live with it in sort of a proper way, and they'll be able to wither it.
So you don't see a looming danger at all?
No, I don't think.
Danger,
For us, it will be
definitely
dangerous.
danger.
For us, it will be dangerous, because
Even
our
for them,
jobs,
even for
our jobs are going away.
Even
But
for
I don't
them.
think it will be dangerous for us.
I feel
Have
like
you all
even for
watched the
them.
movie called The Expanse?
No.
Now you don't know nice movies. Go watch The
Nice is
Expanse.
relative.
Yeah?
Tell him.
Nice is relative.
Go watch The Expanse.
The
The
expense.
Expanse. EXPANCE. It's sort of
What does that word even mean? The expanse.
sort of how the universes expand.
Your movies are
We'll
interesting.
watch and then we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Are there characters there? Or is just the world expanding? Yeah, the things Alan watches, it's just weird to
Yeah,
me.
I'm the kind who watches documentaries over lunch. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Expanse, basically, to sort of give it away a little bit,
Yeah.
this is sort of when Mars exploration and exploring sort of the other galaxies has already happened. So people are moving from Earth, and they are slowly sort of moving into these different universes. And at that particular time, your favorite organization, the UN, is sort of the global organization that is leading. Now, they are no longer governments, they are no longer countries. It's just the UN that is leading the entire universe. So the UN is sort of in control of who goes to Mars, who goes to which particular planet. But then there are conflicts. Now, the biggest conflict that they were having is going to the black hole. Yeah. So there is this sort of let me say technologies that have been created that now the different three universes are fighting over. Earth wants a piece of it, Mars wants a piece of it, and then I think it was the Pluto or something. They also wanted a piece of it. So this created sort of a crisis. Yeah, but now it had to be resolved by a human who had to come from Earth. Apparently a nobody. Yeah, it's an interesting movie. Yeah, it has 3 seasons to it. Yeah.
Okay. I thought it's a series, not a movie.
Yeah, it's a series. Sorry, it's a series.
Oh my
Yeah.
days.
I don't think I'll watch it.
Me too.
Why?
What you've given me
I
is
don't-
enough.
Yeah. You already told us enough.
No, but it's intriguing.
I'll try, Alan. I'll try.
Me, I don't think I can. Maybe
I'll
I'll watch
try.
the trailer,
Yeah.
but
And then judge if you
it's
can
not my cup of
do
tea.
the...
Why isn't it yours cup of tea? It does not sound interesting.
No, anyway. Alan,
It's not giving.
anyway,
Yeah.
I think as we close,
Yeah.
I think for me, what gives me hope
Mm.
is that humans have something that machines can never have. That's our consciousness and our soul.
You've not given text to ChatGPT and it writes and speaks like you.
No, it has, but it's not.
It's not you.
It's not. It can write. It
That's
can write
what
but
we're
it's
telling
not-
ourselves. Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's not. It's not.
It's not
It's
Tobias.
like. It's like.
It's only a piece of you.
Well,
that you've
we're
given
always
it.
referring to movies
Yeah.
anyway, but it's like I've forgotten Ryan Gosling's movie. Anyway, in that movie,
Yeah.
it's the future, whichever year it is, and then you have the dolls.
Yeah.
You know the dolls,
The
the artificial dolls.
yeah.
Now I
Like
have
in a
a
Samantha.
Charlene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Charlene, but she's not human.
Yeah.
Of course, if you grow up in that time,
Yeah.
maybe after interacting with Charlene, for
Yeah.
example, and then I get that, there's something that's missing from that. I mean, I can talk to it, of course,
Yeah.
but it can't resonate with
Yeah.
me the way.
Yeah.
So I feel like
We still have something to offer.
we always have. We will always have.
Yeah. We had tulikuwa tumeapa ya kwamba I'm just reminding you to finish in Swahili.
Yes,
Tulikuwa
please.
tumeapa ya kwamba we will not talk about relationships, but I would just like to piggyback to just a small reference. There is another sort of robot, speaking about the robots that you're speaking about. I think it's being made in France. But you know, France and the French and love, yeah. So for what they are doing, they are tuning it to have those intrinsic feelings as a human being. Quite crazy stuff.
I think the only feelings they'll have, they'll portray from the data they have.
Yeah.
But they can't.
It would be interesting. It would be interesting to hear a robot moan. Shalin, you can close it.
Finish.
Well, I just
Kwa hayo
remembered-
machache. Ama mengi. Yeah.
Na
Let me just
kusisimua.
educate you so
Yeah.
that I save myself.
Yes.
No, it's not on what Alan said.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
I can see you're so intrigued.
I thought you were about to compare.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
The difference between TV reporting
Yeah.
and TV hosting, and
Yeah.
this is hosting. So I never did hosting.
Yeah.
So I'm just figuring it out as I go.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. Look at the camera.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
But
Okay.
you are the performer.
Exactly.
I'm not a performer.
Okay.
Okay.
So look at the camera. Look at the
Sawa,
people.
sawa.
Any parting shot from you all?
I'm done with mine.
You can't even say it was
I'm
nice
done.
having Toby around.
No, you just cued me to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think this was a very interesting,
Very
episode, yeah.
interesting time.
Yeah, and if you're gonna watch this, you'll be like, are these the same people? Are these the same folks?
No.
here?
Is he the same person?
I am a lot of things. But Tobias, thank you very much for making time.
Right.
Thank you for
I know
having
there
me.
is a time we tried doing this, but I was told that the audio was messed up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been even more hotter. But
You know
we're
what
glad-
was messed up? Because I wasn't there.
We'll do
This is how
one
you,
with you.
this is how you always want to take away the limelight. But Tobias, thank you very much for making time.
Thank you for
And
having
we're
me.
looking forward to probably having you another day, so that we
Absolutely.
can continue having these educative and eloquent conversations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And for me also to leave it for Shalin to close it. Kwa
Okay.
lugha ya Kiswahili, lugha ya
Okay.
taifa.
Wala bin wala.
Wala
She
bin
doesn't know
wala.
wala bin wala.
She does not.
I
She cannot.
know
You
wala
can't
bin
know
wala.
wala bin wala.
I know Wala bin
And you
Wala.
at your
And you
age.
do.
At your
You
age.
want to Swahili- you want
At
to
your
Swahili-
age, you know wala bin wala. Then you've been lying about your age.
God
If you know
forbid.
wala bin wala. You know there are
I know
people.
my research.
It's like telling us that you know Salim Mudoe. And
She might know that because of
It's
media.
Swahili Mdoe first of all.
Swale. Okay. You see, you even know the correct. It says a lot, yeah.
No,
Says
because
a lot.
it's my interest.
But
I
thank
know
you
these
very much for watching. Thank you
Uh-huh.
very much for watching. We have been DISDATing, and we hope that we can catch you in the next episode. Remember, like, share, comment, and also subscribe if you
Yeah.
haven't just done that as well.
I'm
Absolutely.
waiting for the Swahili one.
Tunasema shukran sana kwa muda wako watazamaji. Kuna wasikilizaji kweli?
Wasikilizaji pia
Wow.
kuna wale wenye wanatusikiza
Oh,
kwenye
kabisa.
kuna wale
Very inclusive.
Yeah.
So take two. Shukran sana kwa watazamaji wetu na wasikilizaji. Tupatane tena wiki ijayo kwenye kipindi Uienzio. Inaitwa Hiki Kile au kipenda DISDAT. Kwa heri.
I think we already have an advert for the pod. Bye bye.
Bye.
DISDAT.